Let's go get my load star. And let's check the fuel. Let's put a little bit into P16. Oh yeah, I got plenty of fuel in here. And yeah, that'll give you plenty. I get both trucks back with no problems. And the rest will go. And I'm also thinking, as I'm coming back out of here, if I need fuel, I can steal it from one of those two. So now that I've got this truck, even though I don't have the big tires on it or suspension, I can run over, well actually, yeah, I can run over, well I don't know if it'd be worth it. Fuel to run over to the other map and pick up the Scout flatbed trailer, bring it over here to make the delivery of the vehicle spare parts. It'd be just easier to do it with another truck. Save the fuel. Because I never did pull the trailer out from where it's located on Black River. So that would be a long trip over there and back. Just for one load. And I'm not going to buy a trailer. It's just wasting money. I'll buy them if I can't sell them. Also, I'm working on the same one you just did. I saw you streaming earlier, and I got on and I tried to watch you from my phone. Where I work is down in the basement, and I get horrible cell phone reception down there. We've got a booster that's supposed to help, but it hasn't worked in probably a year and a half. And our IT guy, well, let's just say, I think he stopped learning about IT stuff back in the 80s. Because his remedy for everything wrong with the computers is re-image it. So you lose everything that's on the computer, and I refuse to allow him to re-image mine. I got way too much stuff on that thing. But yeah, we've been on him about fixing that, and he's got to actually get up on the roof and do it, and he's like old as dirt. And keeps putting it off. I think it interrupts his nap time. He's a nice guy, but he's a contractor. He doesn't actually work for the government. So, yeah, he does his own thing. Which, he knows a lot more about computers than I do. Hello. Who is it, Joe Biden? No, he actually has some of his wits to him. So he at least knows his name and where he's at. So he can't be Biden. Sorry if that offends anybody, but I'm an offensive person. I believes what I believes. And I don't push my beliefs on anybody. Unless they try to push them on me. Then it's war. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to win it. I have no filter. I made somebody mad today. They were complaining about something, and I looked at them and I said, grow up. And it really shocked them that I said that. Especially since they outranked me. I don't care. I've got 26 years of in the federal government. I can retire anytime I want to. You don't like it? Let me know and I'll put my paperwork in. Good luck finding somebody that can do what I can do. Alright. And activate tankers. And get some consumable. Yeah, that might have been consumables over there. I get consumables and vehicle spare parts mixed up. In the regular mode, you can actually look at it on the map and it'll tell you what it is. But in the hard mode, it does not do that. And good. And restore. And refuel for I forget. That'll fill you up. Get you out of the mud so you don't sink up. And let's get this mission up. Oh, too far. Super order. I'm going to do that one because it's worth a lot of money. Get that one out of the way. Plus, I've got everything I need for that one and that one ready to be delivered. Or no, not Black River, but the port. And am I close enough? Don't think I am. Oh, yes I am. Excellent. Alright, dude, let's see what you can do. I never did put tires on it. Too late now, I'm not going back. We're going to roll with what we got. And hopefully it's rolling forward and not rolling on our side. That would suck. It's one of my favorite trucks when you get that all-wheel drive unit on there. This thing becomes a beast. I don't know if I put the diff lock on here or not. Oh yeah, it does. That'll help a little bit. Yeah, it's the booster it's just for cell phone reception. It's not computer hooked up for computers. Again, I work for the government, so we're not going to hook things like that up to the internet or Wi-Fi. And what he says is the antenna needs to be adjusted. So evidently that's too difficult to do. I've seen the antenna. It's not like a big antenna. It's like a little satellite dish. And it's not like it's on the top of the building. I mean, it's only like, I think like one story up, because the building's divided up. It has different levels. I just think he doesn't want to do it. Might be afraid of heights, I don't know. Yeah, it might not be in his contract. Who knows? Down. lower gear here. Here I'm not too worried about. It's that muddy area over there. And the muddy area right at the logistics base. Those are the two places I'm worried about. But I do have a winch. Oh, so did the person I know pull their stress card? They said no. I know his dad, and his dad raised him like we were raised. And I don't mean raised him like a bully, just, you know, you fall down, scrape your knees, suck it up, get up, and keep going. My ex-brother-in-law works for a big IT company, or a big company. He's the head IT person for him. So he actually lives in a different state. And he does most of the stuff from his house. And he's done that before COVID. So. But sometimes he would have to go, it's a pretty good drive, to go and do some little manual stuff there. So they decided they were going to hire somebody else to do, you know, the little things, so he didn't have to drive all the way in. So he said he went up there and he was training them, and he said that the day wasn't going very well because the new kid was just something off about him. And then toward midday, the kid asked him where the safe room was. And my brother-in-law looked at him and said, well, we don't have a safe room. You know, a lot of the offices have their own safes. And he said, no, the safe rooms, when I get stressed out, I can go and cry in. My brother-in-law looked at him and said, boy, you're not going to make it here. And sure enough, he didn't last the day. And bring somebody else in. But yes, I do have kids. I've got 3 stepsons. One was in the Navy, and he got out of the Navy and works in Texas now. I've got one that's merchant marine, and he's not too far from retirement. So he's got quite a few years in there. Works in the Gulf of Mexico on big tankers. And then one is in Virginia. I live in West Virginia. And then I've got a daughter, 19 years difference between the youngest boy and her. And she lives in Ohio now. She's out on her own, enjoying the freedom, realizing now that money doesn't grow on trees. She now has to work for it. So generic brands are just as good as name brands sometimes. Just life lessons. You got to learn them. Yeah, we've been telling him to go up and adjust it, but we can't boss him around. Our headquarters IT department has to do that, and they won't do it. So we complain, and yeah, they don't care. They're in DC. their cell phones work. Come on, buddy. You could do it. Who's a good truck? Playing this developer's hard mode. Usually I fly through these maps. I've been playing this game since day one, and I've did several different types of playthroughs, even my own self-imposed hardcore mode, which I think it's a little bit harder than this one. If I play the developer's hard mode the way that they have it, I believe mine would be harder, which I did that way before they had a developer's hard mode. But it has taught me that some of these trucks that I really didn't drive, because, you know, I made plenty of money selling trailers, stuff like that, and I bought bigger and better trucks. Some of these trucks aren't too bad. It's like the TranStar. TranStar really surprised me how well it's running. As long as I don't take it in deep mud, it runs really well. Being a highway truck without all-wheel drive. Alright, let's go from the back. Yep, there you are. Where's my dot? A little boost. Down here. And this one's not doing too awful bad. I think if I had better tires on it, it might do better. Yeah, our IT guy, like I said, he's an older gentleman. He's a nice guy. And there are times when I see him walk in from the parking lot and he is so out of breath that he can't even talk, and breathing so heavy you think he's going to fall over. But you got to applaud him. I think he's in his 80s. He still gets up and comes to work. Alright. Can I get through here? Kind of wide in case I needed that tree over there. And I didn't need it. Alright. Oh, duh. Drove all this way and never packed it. Alright, so that's the first one. And I'm going to leave you here because I don't need you. Get out of the mud. So right now we need to run over to our Western Star. And you are loaded up with everything I need, except for fuel. So I need to put some fuel in you. How much did you have left? 25 gallons. That will be plenty to get me over. I have right on the other side of the tunnel, I do have a fuel tanker sitting over. And I think I've got a scout fuel carrier too. Might be pretty much full. Yeah, I think it's funny. I'm an instructor for my agency, and we get these new kids in, or younger folks, younger than me, and we'll be talking about stuff and technology and all the technology that we use. And then I like to bring out an 8-track tape and show it to them, and they are dumbfounded. They've never seen anything like that. And well, if you want to listen to it, come out to the truck, and I've got an 8-track player in the truck. I like my 8-tracks. So if you don't know what an 8-track is, look it up on the internet. Or look it up on Google. Or not Google, but YouTube. Listen to people play 8-tracks. Also still have records. And a record player, 8-track player. I'll play all kinds of stuff. I do miss my reel-to-reel. I was in the Army, I had one of those stereo systems at every GI once. I could play anything. CDs, 8-tracks, cassettes, reel-to-reel. I had it all. And I had those speakers that blow your eardrums, which is why I can't hear crap nowadays. Refuel. It's got a fuel carrier. Nope, not the start. Oh, they filled me up. Alright, let's get some deliveries. So now we have the Island Lakeland. So the other two things I needed for the, let's see, the fuel and the consumables are already sitting over there on a truck or on a trailer. Come on. Yes, some speed. I took those over a good while ago. Just left them sitting there. So I've got concrete blocks and then the two things I need for Drummond Island, but I think I can't remember if once I get this one done, if it'll let me do either or the last two missions, or it is still do them in order. Shaky, shaky. Oh, I had a thought. I could have went ahead and got the cement I need for over there. Hauled it over. One at a time. Got a full truck. So you can't hear crap because you got a wife? Yeah, I'm the same way. Actually, I just learned to tune her out. 26 years of marriage. I have perfected that. Yep, just had our 26th wedding anniversary a few days ago. 26 years, and still she will not give me a parole. What's wrong with you? Didn't hit anything. I don't know. Is the game saying that everything was going too smoothly? Yeah, I think sometimes this game does things to me on purpose. Just to me, nobody else. Might be my paranoia. Everybody's out to get me. momentum up. Should. Oh no, drop down. Oh, there it goes. And it. Alright. Let's try it again. I'm supposed to shift it up into high and I missed the gear. Now we go. Come over here and shoot the gap. You can go around the road. I don't do that. There's a gap in those trees right there. That's where I always go. It's easier than going around the road. Now I did it. Over here right next to our buddy the rock. So I know I took the right path. So I actually brought in another episode, I brought the TranStar, pulling a trailer loaded with stuff through this very way. And the TranStar being a highway truck with good tires, I did have good tires on it, but no all-wheel drive, and it actually made it through here fairly easily. So again, kind of impressed with the TranStar. It's one of those trucks I never really used because it didn't have all-wheel drive in any of my playthroughs. Now I'm going to be forced to use it. And I find I should have used it more. Now I know it does run good over in Alaska because I have used it in Alaska. As long as I don't hit the Imandra snow. For those of you that played the game, you know what the Imandra snow is. Way deeper than it needs to be fun. Like Imandra. Imandra's way harder than it needs to be. Takes all the joy out of it. And it's one of those maps you just grind through because you have to. My own personal opinion. First wolf. There he is. Wolfie number 1. Wolfie number 2 will be straight. There he is. See the eyes. Up. Gotta watch the road, not chat. Oh, well, thank you for the congrats. So your dad told you the secret to a long marriage is to go deaf after a few years. I tell you what, my secret to a long marriage is separate bedrooms. My wife is an early riser. She likes to get up at around, when she's working, 4 o'clock in the morning. She gets up, which means she goes to bed at 8 o'clock at night. I am a night owl. I can't do that. For me, going to bed early is midnight, even though I have to get up at 6 in the morning. So, and plus I snore really bad. So we decided on separate bedrooms a long time ago. Oh, what'd I do? And it has worked for us very well. Especially since she says I decorate like a 15-year-old boy. And my room and my garage is the only place I can put my stuff. I'm not allowed to put it anywhere else in the house. It doesn't go with her paint schemes or her decorating choices. Unpack. And detach. Now, where does this go? I think it goes way out here. Yeah. And where's my TranStar? It's right there. I think I'm going to take the TranStar out there. We're going to see if the TranStar can make it. I think it can. So there is the other two items. Here's my Jeep. All banged up. But it is still a Jeep. Doesn't matter. Alright, so I needed operate. Yeah, somebody parked that truck there. Yeah, might be able to reach. We'll find out. Oh, forgot about the crane. Gas. Jeep. Here's Jeep. Should have a fuel tanker hooked to it. It does. I still hate the way this thing sounds. It does not sound like a Jeep. I own Jeeps. If I had one that sounded like this, I'd have to take it in for repairs. There's something wrong with it. Nope. Fuel carrier. And fill you up. Let's get you out of the way. What did I get in the Fleet Star? That's the one I wanted. Right, rocking and rolling in a highway truck with no all-wheel drive. Or diff lock. I think I found the diff lock for it. I just haven't put it on yet. I haven't had it back to the garage for quite a while. Come on, get back up there. Lost more momentum. Come on, get it back, get it back, get it back, get it back. There you go. Now, this is the hard part. Negotiating this in a truck without all-wheel drive while keeping the trailer on the bridge. And the trailer. I have dipped the not gotten the back wheels on the bridge before. We ended up flipping trucks over. We did not have enough power for second gear. Okay. Also, I've never played War Thunder, so I don't know how bad it cheats. I did play World of Tanks. I played World of Tanks for about 7 years, and just got tired of the crap. It became if you want to win any matches, you'll have to buy a premium tank. And I liked the game. I didn't like it that much. Plus, I got tired of your own teammates sabotaging you, pushing you out in front of other tanks, or pushing you off a cliff just for the fun of it. So it became kind of like Forza. Played all the Forza games and got tired of people just wrecking you just for the fun of it, because they thought it was cool. Playing that too. That's why I kind of like games where I'm just playing by myself. I don't have to worry about anybody doing anything stupid. If something stupid happens, it was me or Bob. I tend to blame a lot of stuff on Bob. So if you don't know, that's Bob. He's a truck driver. Say hi, Bob. If things go well, I did it. If things get screwed up, it's Bob's fault. He's okay with it. We've had that deal since the beginning. Alright. You believe I need to take you down that way. Yep. So right there where the fallen antenna is, that's the other place that you cannot manually load. You have to, when you go in and get that container. I have never gotten it to where I could manually load. It's always been auto load. It's the only option I've ever had. Which is okay, because it means I don't have to stay in that mud very long. Alright, high gear. And you make it. I know you can. You've been out here before. But not with a load this out. I packed that. Yeah, I did. And now I've lost all my momentum. It looked like the blocks weren't packed right. So I have been watching District B13 here on Twitch. If y'all haven't seen him, you've got to check him out. He is actually doing the hard mode like I'm doing. And he started doing it with just highway trucks. So just the trucks that are considered highway trucks. I think he's keeping one scout. And that's just, you know, there are some missions that require a scout. But he's over here doing all of these missions with just GMC and this truck and what was the other? The other highway truck. I've got a brain fart. But he is actually doing pretty good with it. And he's got his other series that he's doing. He's finished the game in hard mode, as far as you can go. If you've never checked him out, check him out. And if you ever wonder about these vehicles, how good they are, which ones you should buy, what their stats are, check out Nathan Province over on YouTube. Nathan does some extremely good review videos on these trucks. He will tell you the good and the bad. Plus he does maps. He shows you the best routes to take on maps. And he was streaming earlier today here on Twitch. Yeah, check those guys out. They're really good. Ooh, almost tipped her. Oh, I still got to do that mission. I might as well do that mission with this truck. Yeah, since I'm over here. Let's get you turned around and do that. You don't need a big strong truck to do that mission. You just have to be able to load quickly. That's where a lot of people spend most of their time, is loading this cargo up. So I think it puts it, I'm gonna have to back up next to the stump. I think it puts it just past that little clearing there. Straight. Get that out. Stand you out all the way. And get that off. So for this one, I've got to go from here all the way up here, back around there, come through here, and deliver it to the, I think, the warehouse. I think right there is where I got to deliver it. So let's see what we can do with the highway truck. And accept it. Put the anchors down. Go, bring it in. This is the flaming barrels. You're on there, you're close enough. Dang, I forgot to see how long I had to do this. Forgot the time limit. Don't blow it down on me now. Trying to stay out of the deepest part of the mud. And try to stay out of some of these ruts. And through the deeper areas, if you cut across them at diagonal, you tend to keep better traction. Oh, Nathan, you're quite welcome. I enjoy watching your videos. I watched your latest one on the new trucks. I didn't get to make a comment. I watched it on my phone. For some reason, YouTube will not let me sign in on my phone so I can make comments, but I'll do that later. Then I'll go back and watch your stream. Probably tomorrow. I got to drive hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes tomorrow. So while I'm driving, I like putting on YouTube videos. I don't watch them. I just put them on so I can listen. Keeps me awake. I listen to radio. I tend to get drowsy. I was listening to AC/DC the other day and almost started nodding off. There's no way you should nod off listening to AC/DC. Too much work, not enough rest. Alright, get up in the higher gears. And maintain it, that's the... I think I had 8 minutes in this. There. It's a pretty good time, but I know I can do it in the Fleet Star. So if I can do it in the Fleet Star, I can do it in this. Problem is going to be toward the end. I don't have all-wheel drive and it's pretty muddy, and I haven't been down that road since I turned the Xbox on, which means all the big trees will be in the road. So we'll have to winch. Unless I go around. Let's go around near the trailer store. Road's not as bad. It's a little bit longer, but I may save on winching time. Oh, that was too sharp. It's alright. Come on, you can do it. I don't want to put it in a lower gear because I want to try to keep as much momentum as I can. I think I will try down by the trailers. Which might be a mistake, but what the heck. A little bit longer path, but I may not have to winch. This tree without stopping me. Up here, make a hard right. It is 8 minutes. I should be able to get in under 8 minutes. Providing I don't wreck it. Alright. So it must have been 8 minutes. And not too bad for a highway truck. With a crane on it. Because that adds a lot of weight to it. Let's see if we can get out this way. Yeah, I think it would definitely need to launch. See, the other way was a smart way. I'm a slow wincher. I don't have a mouse and a keyboard. I have to cycle through all of the winch points, which on some maps can be a real pain. Some areas it's got 100 different places you can winch to, but only 5 that will actually pull the truck. The rest of them you just pull the little shrubs out. Takes you 2 minutes to cycle through all of them. Yeah, TranStar is a monster. I'm actually glad I'm doing this because it's not a truck that I used at all, other than pulling it to a location and leaving it at the location so it can load other trucks. I'm actually quite pleased with it and quite impressed. So much so, I got 4 trailers on it. I may send it to do the Drummond Island. Yeah, because Black River and Drummond Island will both show up at the same time. Your last 2 missions. You can do either one of them. That's a poor backing job. I can do better than that. Actually, I'm not going to take this one because I need to actually to get the Western Star over there to do a couple of missions. So do a couple of things that I know the TranStar is not going to be able to. Like Cousin Cletus. I hate Cousin Cletus. If I ever met him, I'd kick him between the legs. I want to repack that. Alright, so 1 metal beam and 1 concrete slab to the port of Drummond Island. Full of gas. Very close. No. I was just thinking, I was wondering if the Jeep will fit in there. It won't. But I've got to bring the Fleet Star over anyway. Go. Got to bring the Fleet Star over, and it could pull the Jeep over. A couple of missions of Jeepneys. I can do them with this truck, but I want to play with the Jeep. I really hope that when the developers, if they come out with a special paint scheme for the Jeep, that they do the, look at that they do the Golden Eagle. That's what I had many years ago. CJ7 Golden Eagle. I always like the looks of those. I bought one like my dad's. So he had a khaki Golden Eagle CJ7. Took me years to find one like it. Love that thing. Sitting in a rest area, and a guy came in the rest area and fell asleep at the wheel and just slammed into the back of it. Flipped it over, destroyed it. And he didn't have insurance. That's the way life goes. When life gives you lemons, watch out because it's getting ready to kick you in the balls. Something an old drill sergeant told me one time. He said, you always prepare for the worst. That way when it's not the worst, the day can only go uphill. Can't get much worse. Alright, come on. I can't wait for the bigger engine. It's the second upgrade that I'm going to get when I get to Alaska. I will spend the extra fuel in this truck for the bigger engine. Oh, so you had Cherokees? That's what the last two Jeeps that we've had. We had a 96 Cherokee. What was it? Oh man, I don't remember now. Country Edition. Yeah, it was the Country Edition. So really nice. I liked it. Had a 252,000 miles on it. And I was in Puerto Rico helping with Hurricane Maria, and my wife was home here, and it was her Jeep. She backed it out of the garage, and she was stressed out and ended up backing out with the door open and pretty much totaled the Jeep. So I bought her an 06 Grand Cherokee, and she still drives it. Loves it, which I like it too, but I like the old boxy Jeeps, the old Cherokees. Yeah, I just like that look. That's why they sold so well. They didn't change things that much. Little tweaks here and there. I don't like the new ones. Now, I'm okay with the new pickup truck, but in 1990, still over in Italy, I had a BMW over there, and I wrecked it. I hit a parked car. It was parked in the middle of the road, real foggy, and I didn't see it. Just slammed into it. So I bought me a 1990 Jeep Comanche pickup. Boy, I love that thing. It was awesome. Ended up selling it before I came back to the States. I had a deal worked out at a BMW dealership. I was going to get a brand new 735i. And part of the deal was I would go to the factory in Germany and watch it being made. And then I actually would get to drive it off the assembly line. So I was going to pay just over 19 grand for the whole package. This is back in 92. And I sold the truck so I'd have the money for the BMW. My actual plan was I was going to buy the BMW and bring it back to the States and then sell it. But 3 weeks before I was due to go up and watch the truck being or watch the car being made, I got called into my personnel office and they told me I had 10 days to clear post and be at Fort Bragg. So I could have still got the car, but I would have had to entrust a brand new BMW 735i to somebody in my unit to drive it for 30 days and put at least 1,000 miles on it so it would be considered a used car and the military would ship it. And I got to thinking, who do I trust enough with a brand new 735i for a month? There wasn't a soul I trusted that much. So I didn't get it. Matter of fact, I went back to the guy that bought my truck and offered him $2,000 more than he paid for the truck, and he wouldn't sell it back to me. Then got back to the States and bought me a Camaro. 79 Z28. Which wasn't a bad car. Alright, so it is getting late for me, and I need to get a video out on YouTube tonight before I go to bed, and I've got to be up early in the morning again. One more day and I'm off for 5, which means I can stream later. So I thank y'all very much. I really appreciate you stopping in, and thank you, Nathan, for the raid. Appreciate that. And for those of you that want to see what I've done in the past, as far as the different modes that I've run, because I've also done started on a speed run, which I haven't worked on since the newest maps, new phase came out. And also an Impossibandra, which is very challenging. And I've got my standard hardcore mode that I'm almost finished with everything in. I just needed a break and do something different. Or you can check out these videos and see how I've gotten to where I am in this mode. Check it out on YouTube. It's the same as the Twitch here, Alien Pirate. And it's Alien Pirate, not Alien Pier 8 or Alien Pier. A couple of people told me that. Nope. It's a play on words. That's where I need a bigger engine. Alright. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. And again, thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to check out Nathan Province and check out District B13_U. So check those guys out. They're really good. And you will enjoy them. I will see you all on the next one. So until then, have a good one.